Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, November the 29th. Ed Hanson is with us. Good to have you back again,
Thanks
Ed.
for having us back, Paul.
Now you're doing something that's unusual, and we're going to talk about world premiere of this opera.
Right.
Right. At
Well,
Talking
first
Heart
of all,
Production.
who ever heard of a black box theater producing an opera? That's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But Talking Horse has never been a company that's been afraid of accepting a challenge, and we're really proud of this piece. It's a world premiere opera that was written about 30 years ago by Hugo Vianello, who
Yes.
is the conductor emeritus of the Missouri Symphony.
Right. And Hugo Vianello is such a wonderful asset, a gem, a real gem in our community.
He truly is.
Yeah. So he wrote this 30 years ago?
Right. And dedicated it to his wife, Lucy. And it's never had a full staging. It's been presented, I think, in a very small setting with a few singers and maybe a piano reduction or something, but I don't think it's ever had a full-blown production done.
So how does Hugo feel about this finally having a full production?
Well, you know, he saw me at a Hot Summer Nights concert back in 2016 and was congratulating me about Talking Horse. He had heard about it from his daughter and thought that I might get a kick out of taking a look at this work. And so several weeks after that initial meeting, I went over to his house and listened to the score and followed the paper score while we listened to it on his computer, because that's the only way it existed at that point
Was on this computer.
a software program, you know, that could read the notes and voice them electronically. And I kind of sang along with some of the vocal lines and stuff, and we got done, and I said, Hugo, this is just charming. Why has no one produced this? And he says, I don't know. No one wants to take a chance on it. And he's you know, kept talking to me about Talking Horse, and I just said, you know, I don't think you've seen our space. It's small. There's really not a room to put a full staging of this plus an orchestral ensemble in the space. But I took, several weeks after that, I took Hugo and Lucy over to the theater and let them take a look at the space. And I kind of talked them into the idea of recording an orchestra in the space and then using the recorded tracks to go with the singers, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what we've done. Last summer, in May, actually, the spring of 2017, Stefan Freund from the Columbia Civic Orchestra had rounded up all the ensemble players that we needed, and we rehearsed on a Saturday in May, and then recorded them in the same space on Sunday.
So that the ambiance is going to be the same.
Right.
Yeah. That's outstanding. It is called The Antique Carol.
An Antique Carol.
An
Let me just
Antique
hold that
Carol.
poster up, and you recognize that poster probably from storefronts at this point.
Yeah.
And it's freely adapted from Charles Dickens' famous A Christmas Carol. But the main character, he changes a lot of the names, and he's tweaked some of the story. The main character, instead of Ebenezer Scrooge, you're going to love this, Titus can be. Think about it. He's tight as can be.
I like that. He's tight as can be.
That's right. And then his niece is Alice Dean. We don't really know where that name came from. The ghost of his former partner is Basil Melton, who happens to live down the street from Hugo in his neighborhood here in Columbia. So he's borrowed some names just from friends he knows and things like that. And then the Bob Cratchit character, though, his employee, is Jacob Bookbinder.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, you've got you've got one particular tune from here.
Right.
And when I said, what's the name of this song? You corrected me. You said, come on, Paul. Operas don't have names of songs.
Well, we don't call them songs, first of all. We might call them arias or
arias.
or choral ensemble pieces. But if we gave this one a name, we'd call it Hi, Merry, Merry Christmas. This is an original piece in the opera, and it's sung by the carolers who arrive at Titus Kenby's workplace to see if he can get a donation for the poor.
This is in the first part of the
This
production.
is in the first part of the production. This tune actually makes a return, though, in Act 2 as well.
Okay.
That happens a lot in opera, you know, they revisit
Yes, they
tunes.
do. And I like it so much, I asked them to please add some more to it because it was so short.
It's
I
a
think you
cute
really
little
sound
piece.
good.
It's a cute little piece.
So, are you ready for this now?
We are.
Okay, it's an antique carol. This was written by Hugo Vianello 30 years ago, and it's going to be making its premiere performance on December
1st.
December 1st, okay? So Hugo, we're going to dedicate this song especially to you and your lovely wife.
That's
You
right.
ready?
Okay.
Okay, here it comes.
High, merry, merry Christmas to all, we offer cheer. We bring many happy tidings for now and New Year. So let us say merry, merry Christmas to all, we offer cheer. We bring many happy tidings, for giving time is here. High, merry, merry Christmas to all, we offer cheer. We bring many happy tidings for now and New Year. So let us say merry, merry Christmas to all, we offer cheer. We bring many happy tidings, for giving time is here. High, merry, merry Christmas to all, we offer cheer. We bring many happy tidings for now and New Year. So let us say merry, merry Christmas to all, we offer cheer. We bring many happy tidings, for giving time is here.
Oh, I really like that. Come on back over here, Ed. Now let's get everybody, just shout your name out. We'll start with Nora right in the front.
Nora Dietzel.
Okay, good to have you. And
Natasha Myrick.
Natasha.
Alex Kirby.
And
Nathan Heath.
the youngest one there, right?
And Nathan also plays one of the ghouls in
Oh.
you know, the dreams that he
Yeah,
has, the visits to past, present, and future.
Okay, if they want tickets, how do they get them, Ed?
Well, the best way to get tickets is to just go online and buy them, and then you know that you're locked in for that particular performance. www.talkinghorseproductions.org.
Okay.
They can also call me at the reservation line, 573-268-1381,
That's the reservation line?
and my cell phone in my pocket.
Okay,
And then-
so if you call that number, you're going to get the cell phone in the pocket.
That's
Ed?
right, and people love it that they call me and I actually answer the phone
Yeah.
too. They think that's just weird. And then, you know, if we have tickets available at the door, we'll certainly sell them to them. But
Okay.
we're hoping that this is going to be such a success that
All
it'll
right.
be sold out in
But people, the operators are standing by right now. Ed is holding the cell phone in his hand. Give him a call for an antique carol.
Oh, thank
All right,
you so
thank
much,
you. And
Paul.
thank you, Hugo, for sharing this with us. Bye-bye.